Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about guides, angels, ascended masters. Many have asked me this question many times. What is the difference between an angel, a guide, an ascended master? Well, they are all spiritual beings, and they are all spiritual beings that help us. But their vibrations differ. Just as in our human world, our vibrations differ, and some have denser vibrations and some have more refined vibrations. So, also in the spiritual world, the vibrations of these spiritual beings differ. They are all our helpers, they are all evolved spiritual beings, they are all wonderfully awakened beings, but their vibrations differ. You know that everything is energy, and every being, whether it is an earthly being or a spiritual being, will have its own unique level of vibration. These levels that are unique to us don't remain constant. When you are upset or when you are angry, your vibratory levels will naturally, in a sense, reduce. Your energies become denser due to the negative outflow of the toxic energy. But when you are kind, when you're compassionate, when you're happy, when you are laughing, when you are helping someone, when you're being creative, when you are meditating, such times as these will take your vibratory levels shooting upwards. So our vibrations keep kind of moving up and down a scale. Think of a singer. Every singer has a range that the singer can accomplish. And this scale might differ from singer to singer. But with adequate practice, developing skill, the singer can extend the scales that the singer can accomplish. So also you and I. We are born with a certain level of vibratory, let us call it accomplishment. But given our life circumstances, our reactions to those life circumstances, how we develop ourselves, how we advance and grow as human beings, our level of awakening, our level of understanding of cosmic laws, and also our living those cosmic laws in our daily lives. All of this increases our vibratory levels. But every time we slip into toxic energies like anger or envy or greed, or we indulge in actions like gossip, judgment, our vibratory levels will fall. In the spiritual world, also, the spirit beings have their vibratory levels. Of course, in the spirit world, they are not prone to anger, envy, and greed or any other such toxic energy. So their energy levels and their vibratory levels do not decrease. But as they help, as they serve, as they continue their own process of evolution in their own unique manner, these spirit beings keep increasing their vibratory levels. And as they increase their vibratory levels, their so-called designations differ. So from a counselor, they might move on to being a spirit guide. From a spirit guide, they might move on to being higher guides, and so on. But let me tell you a little more about them. Spirit guides and counselors are very, very often those who love us, who have an intimate, close connection with us, lifetime after lifetime, and they have lived with us and have passed on into light. These deceased beings, after a certain time has elapsed after their death, are given the option of becoming spirit guides. First, they become counselors, of course, then they go on to becoming spirit guides. Or if they do not wish to, then they can take up any other kind of spirit service. For example, some might become the caretakers and the caregivers for the plant kingdom, for the animal kingdom. So they may not be spirit guides and counselors for you and I, but they will help our plants, our animals, our water bodies, natural forms, and so on. Our beloved ones who have passed on, and if they choose to be counselors and then spirit guides, they shall be given, in a sense, a training to develop that skill. You might wonder what that skill is. You see, as soon as a spirit being evolves to a certain level, they are unable to bring down their vibratory levels to match yours and mine. There is a huge difference in the vibratory levels between the levels of beings on earth and the levels that the spirit beings enjoy. So it actually becomes our responsibility to attempt to increase our vibrations so that we can, in a sense, move up the ladder and meet our spirit guides and counselors. If we are unable to do this, if we remain stuck in the base emotions, in things like hatred, in actions like contempt, violence, abuse, we are not going to be able to increase our vibratory levels enough to meet our counselors and spirit guides. And they are unable to densify themselves enough in order to meet us. What that does is it creates a sense of separation from our spirit friends. So if you are keen to constantly connect to and have contact with your spirit guides, then the first step must be decluttering yourself, decluttering your mind, your body, your emotions, and constantly taking on certain meditative energy practices that would heal us but would also help us to raise our vibrations. Once you are able to raise your vibrations, then it becomes very easy for the counselors and the spirit guides to densify themselves enough in order to meet you. And when you met them, then that contact is established. But remember, that contact that has been established is not permanent. As soon as your vibrations decrease, as soon as your vibrations fall, you will lose this contact. So attempt to keep that contact established for as long as you can. Come on, friends, we are human beings, and from time to time, our vibratory levels are going to fall. We are going to fall prey to human emotions, human thoughts, human actions, human behavior patterns. Of course, we are. Let's not chastise ourselves about that. Let's not get into a space of self negation, because that really densifies our vibrations. As soon as we are aware that we have thought or felt or done or said something that is going to disconnect us from our guides and masters, then what we need to do is once again lift ourselves up and move ahead. The ascended masters are those who have been on earth, who have lived human lives, but they have lived human lives very, very often as spiritual teachers, spiritual masters, spiritual gurus. So, for example, the Lord Sananda, who was the Christ, Lord Buddha, Lord Zarathustra, Guru Nanak, all of these, so many more, they have lived lives as spiritual teachers, as spiritual examples, as spirit beacons on earth. When they pass on into light, they are already so evolved in their vibrations, their vibratory levels are so high, even as human beings, that they do not go into the plane of counselors and spirit guides. They immediately rise up to that high level of vibration that is the vibration of the ascended master. Now, in order to connect to the ascended master, your vibratory levels have to remain at a level even higher than when you connect to your spirit guide. Remember, the energies of the ascended masters are way more refined than the energies of the spirit guide. And for the ascended master to densify their energies enough to meet you at an earthly level is well nigh impossible. So you have to work that much harder. You have to strive with that much more diligence and dedication and perseverance in order to connect to and contact your ascended master. Once again, that contact is established when your vibratory levels increase. Of course, the ascended master is going to attempt to densify their energies to the maximum extent that they can in order to meet you. But it is just impossible for them to densify themselves beyond a certain point. And so to connect to an ascended master, our inner space has to be vibrating at such a high level that we are easily able to connect to the ascended master. I have seen personally that at times when I am not feeling well, I am physically low, or I am emotionally anxious or worried, or I am filled with fear about something, I will not be able to maintain that connection with my ascended master, the cosmic master JadeFire, that is the Lord Sananda. So you see, it becomes my responsibility to connect to JadeFire. It is not JadeFire's responsibility to connect to me. I have to set the path, and then JadeFire meets me on the path that I have set. You may ask me, but if I don't want to contact ascended masters, if I don't want to contact my spirit guides, why would I try so hard, strive so hard to raise my vibrations. Raising your vibrations is not only about connecting and contacting your spirit guides and masters. Not at all. You already know about the cosmic law of attraction. The vibration that you emit is the vibration that shall return to you. If you emit the vibrations of dense energies like envy, greed, hatred, even fear, rage, what shall come back to you are those same vibratory levels. If, on one hand, you claim that you would like to live a life that is happy, with joyous relations, harmony, success, fulfillment, abundance, then your vibrations have to permit that to come to you. Many have asked me this. What do you mean, El, when you say to be rich, you have to be rich? Let me explain this with the law of attraction in mind. If I feel rich and fulfilled and abundant within me, if I live with gratitude, if I live with optimism, if I live with positivity, if I live with faith, then the energies that I exude will bring back to me prosperity and abundance. So you see, raising your vibrations is not only about connecting to spirit guides and masters. It's about living a life that you deserve. You deserve love. You deserve a life of health and happiness and joy and laughter. You deserve it, yes. But just as everything in this human world, we have to earn it as well. And how do we earn it? By attempting to live in faith, to live with love and kindness and compassion, to become aware of every time we say or think something that is a judgment against someone else, to be able to understand and control and heal our anxieties and our insecurities and our fears. We have to constantly work upon ourselves. The mind, the body, the heart needs constant healing. And don't think that by paying someone something for a healing session, you are healed. No, my beloved friend, you are not. That person is only adding their positive strength to your energies. The work of healing has to then be done by you. Your energies have to assimilate that positive strength that has been given to you and use it in order to heal yourself. No one can heal you except yourself. Please remember this. I cannot stress this enough. Now, what about our beloved angels and archangels? Well, angels and archangels are also beautiful spirit beings, but they have not taken human birth. They have not been embodied. They follow a different line of evolution, but their line of evolution is so wonderfully unique. Angels and archangels evolve based upon how much they help the human world. And when I say the human world, I'm not only talking about human beings. I'm including in that all of our beautiful nature. The angelic realm is so closely knit with Mother Gaia and her energies. And as they serve us, they serve our mountains, our waters, our soil, our trees, our plants, our animals, our insects, our birds, our fish. The angelic realm will evolve. When an angel's energy vibrations reach a certain level, then that angel turns into an archangel. That angel reaches the plane of archangels. So, isn't this wonderful? Isn't this beautiful? You and I are constantly, yes, constantly surrounded by our angels, our deceased ones, who might be our counselors and spirit guides. We are constantly embraced by our ascended masters and their energies. They may not be able to maintain that connection with us constantly, but their energies embrace us constantly. And before I end, let me remind you of one thing. Our spirit family is not limited to our human earthly family. So you see, a spirit being who is my counselor might never have known me in this lifetime, but may have had a connection with me in another lifetime. So don't believe that only the ones who have been in your family or friend circle in this lifetime become your spirit guides and counselors. Not at all. The spirit family has no limit, has no boundary. When embodied beings come together in positive, fulfilling relationships in any lifetime, they become part of the spirit family. And then they can come as spirit guides and counselors. Now, this is unique. The spirit guide or counselor who is attached to me today might actually be a human being to whom I may be attached to as their spirit guide in another lifetime. So you see, we keep shifting roles. And these roles can be shifted if your earthly vibrations are high enough. So you see, here's a third reason why you should work constantly and diligently so that your vibrations remain high. I hope I've been able to answer a few of your doubts and queries. If you want to know more about angels and archangels, if you want to know how to develop your energies and your psychic abilities in order to connect to your spirit guides and your ascended masters, do visit my website, JadeFirelight.com, and there you can read about the classes that are available to you. Have a wonderful day. And if there's anything you need to ask me, or if you need help, contact me and I shall be thrilled to help you. Big hug and all my love.